Understandably, jobs and the economy are issue number one on most people's minds in the upcoming elections. But supporters on both sides of the political spectrum also care about social issues as well. And with that, I would ask, could you please tell us where you stand on the issue of abortion? And further, could you, how much weight would this issue carry when determining the qualifications of someone who has been nominated to the U.S. Supreme Court? And Jim, we'll start with you.
No decent American can be comfortable with the number of abortions that are performed in America. And we want to do everything possible to reduce those number of abortions, starting with education in our schools. You know, young people must know that abortion should not be considered a form of contraception. I'm opposed to federal funding for abortions, and I'm in favor of parental notification in case of youth. However, my basic principle is that the government should not have control of your life and certainly not control of your body. And as difficult a decision as this is for people, it's a decision that must be made between a woman and her doctor. And as far as the Supreme Court, and you know, as a U.S. Senator, this is the one area where you might have an occasion to have an influence on this over the next 6 years. And I would say that as somebody who follows the Constitution and would uphold the Constitution, there are only 4 of the current 9 Supreme Court justices that I would have voted to confirm. And those 4 are Scalia, Alito, Thomas, and Chief Justice Roberts. And the reason for those 4 is that there are only 4, in my view, who have consistently upheld the law and upheld the Constitution. I do not believe that Sonia Sotomayor falls into that category. She's an activist judge. And every one of the other 5, at some point or another, has been an activist judge. So in terms of how does a U.S. Senator impact this issue, it's the confirmation of presidential appointments on judges. And I think that in this view, my conservative credentials would stand up very well.
The Constitution is based on the principles articulated in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. What they didn't write was, but first among these is life. And you are endowed by your Creator at the moment of creation. That is a fundamental right. That is the dominant right. I am pro-life, period. I support a human life amendment that would declare explicitly what I believe the Constitution provides based on the statements of the Declaration of Independence, and that is the right to life begins at the moment of conception. Unfortunately, we have judge-made laws that recognize the so-called right to an abortion, not constitutionally based laws. And lastly, I'm opposed to embryonic stem cell research, and I would certainly want to know of a judicial nominee what their position is on the issue of abortion, because I think it goes to say how they view the Constitution and how they view the Constitution should be interpreted and applied. Thank you.
I'm pro-life. I argued a case also before the United States Supreme Court defending our parental notification law, and at the time when the governor disagreed with my decision, and I argued before that court. I certainly appreciate particularly Chief Justice Roberts and the way that he's handled himself on that court. And in terms of that issue on a Supreme Court nominee, it's something that I would want to know the answer to. But my standard for upholding a Supreme Court nominee will be to look at their qualifications and whether they will uphold the Constitution.